Hi, in this video we will discuss Introduction to Database Management System. For a layman, we can say that Database Management System is simply a computerized record keeping system. This subject is very useful for those who are preparing for GATE and competitive examinations. As we all know that machine learning and artificial intelligence are given a lot of importance in industry. They are becoming a part of the database management system. Regarding evolution of database technology, before 1960, we used file system. In the year 1960, it was replaced with database management system, and in that two models came into the picture. One is network model and another one is hierarchical model. In the year 1980, RDBMS came into the picture. RDBMS means a relational database management system. Still, we are using relational database management system. It's a commercialized database management system. In the year 1990, data warehouse and data mining and multimedia databases came into the picture. But the difference between database and data mining is, suppose this is a database, suppose the data warehouse will be bigger than the database. So definitely the tools used to extract the information must be different, so that only efficiently we can access the data. Suppose here we are using SQL, means here we are using data mining tool. Okay. In the year 2000, big data and object oriented database came into the picture. You all know about OOPS concepts, okay, are added to the database. Nowadays, data science plays a major role in industry for a decision making. For decision making, for improving the business. So this is about the total scenario of the evolution of database technology. Let us list out some of the databases: MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MongoDB, MariaDB, IBM DB2, Cassandra, NoSQL. These are the some of the databases. There are so many databases are there. Informally, more than 300 databases are there, and we all know that different databases are suitable for different applications. Let us list out some of the examples where we are using the databases in our day-to-day activities. In medical store, they are using the database for keep track of all the medicines. And bank, they are maintaining the database. In grocery store, in railway reservation, in hospital, for maintaining the records of patients, in college, for maintaining the student records. Let us consider medical store example where they are organizing the medicines efficiently, and thereby they can issue any medicine instantly. With the help of database, they keep track of all the medicines and make it available as per requirements of the patients. Let us consider weather forecast example, which allows us to understand As the data is increasing, the quality of the prediction also increasing. Nowadays, 5 days weather forecast is accurate. Whereas if you go to 20 years back, only 2 days forecast was accurate. This is because of huge amount of data and utilization of advanced techniques for collecting weather data. Now let us discuss database management system. In that, first we need to understand what is meant by data and how to extract information from the data, thereby how to extract the knowledge. After that, we will see what is meant by database. After that, we need to understand what is meant by database management system. First, we will concentrate on data. Data is a collection of raw facts and figures. And this particular raw facts, there is no meaning. This data is unordered, it has no structure, it is not useful in this raw form. We will see the examples of data. Numbers, characters, text, image, audio data, video data, maps, etc. Let us consider information. The processed data is called as information. This information has some meaning. No doubt it is structured and ordered. This information is very useful. If you take value 100, there is no meaning. That is the data. If you specify that 100, suppose rupees 100, there is a meaning. Suppose 100 kg, there is a meaning. Suppose 100 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, you can say 100 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That means if you specify context for the data, that means data plus context is nothing but information. Here, whereas 100 is the data, whether rupees 100 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever it may be, if you are specifying the context, this data is converted into information which is useful and it has a meaning. Then we are going to discuss knowledge hierarchy. In that, the bottommost we have data, on top of that information, on top of that knowledge, at the highest level decision making. This data is nothing but raw facts, is nothing but data. No doubt, data is not useful in the raw form, but it is useful to extract information, thereby knowledge, thereby we can take a decision for improving any business. So we have to extract here the volume of data is high. That means if you go up, what happened? The volume is decreases. Okay, and if you go up, another thing is that there is a meaning. Whereas in the case of data, there is no meaning. Okay, so this raw facts is nothing but the data, and information you can get if you add context to the data, then you can get the information. Then if you use expertise on information, then you will get the knowledge. Information plus you can say experience or expertise, then you will get the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, if with that knowledge, if you take some action, then that is nothing but decision making. Knowledge plus action, you can call it as a decision making. Here we will see raw facts, we can say raw facts is nothing but something like 100. There is no meaning. If you specify that 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then you can say that is a body temperature of a patient. If you go to the doctor, then doctor what he will do? He will use his expertise or experience and he will analyze that 100 degree Fahrenheit is greater than 98.4. He know that any patient suffering with fever means his temperature more than 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So with his experience or expertise, what he can do? He can extract the knowledge that this so and so patient is suffering with fever. That is the knowledge. And he will suggest some action. Based on the knowledge, he will suggest some action. What is the action he will suggest? You have to take Dolo 650 to overcome the problem. This is about the decision making. This is the total scenario of knowledge hierarchy that will tell you how to extract the information from the data and thereby knowledge and thereby decision making. Now we need to understand what is meant by database. Database is a collection of related data of an enterprise and it has set of programs to access the data. So related data belongs to one particular enterprise or organization is nothing but a database. There we will use some programs, set of programs to access the data. Let us consider university database. In a relational database management system, it has a group of tables. In this university database, we are going to see some important tables. In university, students are there and faculty table and some courses. And students, they register some courses and faculty are going to teach the courses. And consider hospital database. There the existed tables are patients, doctors tests, and these patients are registered at hospital, and doctors are suggested to the patients to go for some tests. Thereby, he is in a position to diagnose the disease of a patient. Now, we need to understand the purpose of database. For two purposes, we are going to use the database. One is efficient storage, and another one efficient retrieval. Whenever you are going to store efficiently, then only efficient retrieval is possible. Let us consider the same previous medical store example in which they keep all the medicines based on the information from the hospitals and the needs of the patients. The database will allow them to keep track of all the medicines and make it available at all times. Finally, we need to understand database management system. Till now, we understood what is meant by data, information, knowledge, and knowledge hierarchy, and we understood what is meant by database. Now, we need to understand the what is the role of database management system. Actually, this database management system, it is responsible for controlling the database activities. It is controlling database activities. In this diagram, you can see user is on top and database at the bottom level. But in between, database management systems existed. Whatever the request by the user, that will be controlled by the database management system. So these database activities are storage the data, that is one of the activity. After storing, whatever the manipulation you want with the data, that the database management system has to take care. That is manipulate data. Whenever you want some data you want to access, that also it is going to control and provide. That is retrieval of data. These are the activities controlled by the database management system. And here, this is nothing but database system. That means database plus DBMS is equal to database system. The last topic in this video, we are going to list out the various applications of the database. One is university database. Already we discussed that one. It has a students table, faculty table, and courses. And coming to banking database, there it contains customer table, customer table, and one table for bank employees, bankers, and the list of transactions table. It may have some more other tables, but basic tables we are going to see. For example, hospital database. This is also discussed earlier. It has patients table, it has a doctor's table, and one table meant for tests. Airline database or railway database. Okay, it has one table for passenger, another table for flights, another table for reservation. Sales database. It has customer table, products table, and another table meant for purchase. Online retailers. It has one table meant for order details, products, one table, and purchase details, another table. And manufacturing. Manufacturing. That means this is an industry. They are going to maintain the database. They are going to produce some products. For that, they need raw material, and they need to take care about each and every process. Okay. For example, they have the details for one table for production and another table for inventory to keep track of all the raw materials and everything. Another table for orders, another table for supply chain. There are the minimum tables. Some tables may have. And human resources. It has one table for employees, another table for salaries, another table for tax deduction. These are the various applications of the database where we are using the database for their enterprises. Not only this, there are many, but we discuss some of them. Thank you.